All right, Virgo, so this is part 2. Go back to part 1 to catch up, okay? Now, if you are just tuning in, whew, all I'm saying is take deep breaths, right? But I'm at the end, so it kind of gets a little bit, let's just put it this way. This reading is very, it brings a lot of awareness. That's the word I want to use. A lot of awareness, Virgo. And your strength is amazing. But what I'm pulling out of this is that Spirit is saying you can now lead from softness. You don't have, like, this is our soft girl era, okay? You don't have to literally be in this guarded energy any longer, okay? And that's definitely, from trauma, all right? And I know I said soft girl era, y'all, but, flip your roles, okay? But however, it's like your silence taught you self-sufficiency, okay, Virgo? You literally learned to pour into yourself when no one else could do it. And so I spoke about that in part 1 towards the end when I spoke about the abandonment wound, okay? But you're not, the Nine of Cups is your emotional sovereignty. And it says, I'm okay, even when no one understands me. You learn to fill all 9 of your cups. Okay? And you like, look, I didn't need you. And so Spirit is basically, I feel like Spirit is adding on to this. Like, telling you, like, you filled your 9 cups, but now it's time to receive joy openly. You don't got to do this stuff in silence no more. You don't got to heal in silence. You don't got to, be in isolation, okay? And so it's time for you really to live, not just survive, live. You've been in isolation for a minute. You don't have to do that. Now it's time for you to step out and live, okay? Live these blessings out loud. Your independence literally birthed your peace. But your connections is what's going to expand that, okay? Hold on. Something trying for my throat chakra, okay? But I'm going to keep going. 2, 3, 4 on a timer. And so, let me drink a sip of water. Virgo, you are worthy of joy that doesn't require solitude, okay? And the healing frequency, I got the 6 of Wands, and automatically when I thought about this, I thought about your healing coming through as recognition, not validation. 303 on the timer. Let me tell you, Spirit is like with you, Virgo. My last few readings, that's all that's been coming out is these 3s, okay? And so it's not the validation from others, it's acknowledging of self. It's like you're acknowledging yourself. You're recognizing yourself. So speak your wins out loud, right? Because Spirit says every time you honor your progress, you rewrite the narrative of being overlooked. 333. And look, and that's what the thing is. And I can tell you that was one of my things where I always felt like I was overlooked. Okay, it's like no matter what I did, how I did it, how I said it, I still wasn't being seen. It's like everybody else be seen but me. Okay, and I'm like, what the hell? Even when it came to love, anything, family, friends. But now it's like you're realizing that you don't have to do that. And well, with my situation, I feel like that response came because I wasn't, really recognized. It was always somebody else was recognized better over myself. I even remember times, growing up where I would have a family member say like, oh, why can't you be like this person? They do this, and that, right? And I will always get that. Oh, she's this and she's doing that. And so what are you doing again? Like what I did wasn't enough, So, hey, these wounds come from childhood. And so we're literally repairing ourselves, with the help of the divine. So that's why the process takes some time. We're undoing years and years and years and years of trauma, y'all. So that's why you have to celebrate how far you've come. You got to speak this stuff out loud. because you've been in the darkness for a long time. Okay, so honor your progress. Honor it, right? Let yourself be seen. The world mirrors what you celebrate, Virgo. All right, so receive the recognition with grace and gratitude, honey, because you earned it. The integration path, I got the Queen of Cups in the upright position. And of course, the Queen of Cups is all about emotional stability. So you heal by staying soft, not staying small. And the Queen of Cups really reminds you that compassion isn't weakness. This is your superpower when directed inward. Not outward, you hear me? Inward, okay? Emotional intelligence does not mean emotional exhaustion. You don't have to overgive. You don't have to overcompensate anything. That's when you become the Queen of Cups reverse. You want to be this upright at all times, okay? So learn to hold others without absorbing them, right? Your compassion, it got to include you, Virgo, right? Your empathy flows with boundaries and balance. Remember that. So the rebirth card, I got judgment in the reverse. This is the new version of your awakening, like I said. This isn't necessarily you in self-doubt, okay? Or staying in this perfectionist energy or however. This new version of you is awakening, okay? You're still releasing guilt, perfectionism, maybe some self-criticism from your past choices. But the judgment reverse also says or speaks about forgiveness, okay? Forgiveness is your final initiation. And so Spirit wants you to answer the call without analyzing if you're ready, because you are ready. You already are ready. You hear me? So the only approval you need is from your own self, your higher self. So release self-judgment and rise fully into your purpose, Virgo. So Virgo, you've been healing through awareness, okay? But now you're being called to heal through embodiment. And I feel like that's what's bringing everything full circle. You don't have to prove your worth. I keep seeing sevens now, 717, okay, 707. Look, that's the closing of it, okay? You don't have to defend your choices or earn your peace. The sword has done its job. We got the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords out this mug. Come on now, we got the Magician with the swords up here. Okay. The swords have done its job, baby. Now you can be the Queen of Cups, right? Now it's time to put it down and open your heart. The truth has already set you free, bulls. You done. You've mastered this. I'm definitely proud of us, Virgo. I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. Okay? I'm hoping that you are rejoicing in how far you have come. You earned this. It feels good to feel good, don't it? Finally. Come on, Virgo. Let's that. Boom. All right, bulls. Peace.